What's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. I know that this isn't where I normally record, but circumstances. So today I wanted to talk about an issue that I feel like we all experience, and that is the issue of exiting high school without having a clue of what actual adult life is like. But I did want to make that a little bit easier for you guys. So I wanted to give you guys one of the most important decisions that you can make out of high school is actually opening up a credit card. And I know as soon as I say that, a lot of people are immediately going to jump on me and be like, yo, why are you telling a bunch of kids to go and accumulate debt? And that's actually not the point of this video. It's the actual point of this video is establishing credit. So the reason why you want to do this is because for your pretty much for the rest of your life, your credit score and your credit history will be a huge determining factor on whether or not you can do certain things in life, such as buying a car, buying a house, or even renting. A lot of renters will, or a lot of landowners will want you to have a good credit score to check to see whether or not you're going to be viable tenant. One of the things I highly recommend you do as soon as you do leave high school is getting a credit card. And the way you're going to want to go about that is first and foremost, you're probably not going to have a credit score. So you're probably going to need your parents to get your first credit card by adding you either as an authorized user onto one of your credit cards, or onto one of their credit cards, or you're going to want them to co-sign a credit card with you so that you can begin your credit history. If you don't have a parent who is willing to open up a credit card with you, then one of the other things that you can do is you can actually open up a secured credit card. Functionally, a secured credit card is going to work very similarly to a regular credit card, where the only difference being that a secured credit card, you kind of have to put money down as a deposit, and whatever money you put down as a deposit, that is your credit limit. Um, the reason why you're going to want to do that is because even though it's a secured credit card, the bank will still report it as a regular line of credit to your credit history. And the reason why they want that, let's say $300 to $500 down, is because they're going to use that as collateral. So just in case you don't end up paying off that credit card, they're just going to keep that money. But of course, your job here will be to pay off your credit card. So now you have your first credit card. Now what? The point isn't just to have a credit card, right? The real point behind it is to kind of learn that self-control and that discipline to not spend a ton of money that you don't have. So you're gonna want to put small expenses on it. So for example, if you have like a Netflix subscription, you should move that Netflix subscription onto your credit card and pay for that every month. However, with the biggest difference being that instead of paying Netflix every month, you're going to pay that Netflix with your credit card. And as soon as you get your billing statement where it tells you how much money you owe that month, don't do a minimum payment. Just pay it off in full. Pay your credit card off in full so that even though you're circulating a balance on that card, you're not paying any interest on it. That way you can stay debt free and you could still build a credit history. Now, the point here will be to not spend any money on interest, basically. So, the reason why you're going to want to pay your credit card off in full every single month is one, it's a good habit to get into, not accumulating a bunch of credit and then having to pay a bunch of interest on that. It's a habit that many adults don't already have. So, it's very good to start that early so that you could kind of get a jump on that. But secondly, you really don't want to pay interest. There's really no point in having a credit card open if you kind of have to pay for it. The whole point of opening a credit card this early on in life is to just build that credit history for as long as possible. So now you have a credit card and you're paying it off month to month. Now what? Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, at this point, the sky's the limit. Once you have an established credit profile and you've been paying off your credit card every single month, you're going to start qualifying for better credit cards. You're going to start qualifying for loans for, like, let's say, a car, or for, you're probably not going to qualify for a mortgage, but it's still very good to start building your credit profile right now. If you're coming out of high school and you're planning to go to college, and you're probably going to get student loans soon. So being able to manage debt early on is it's really going to help you out in the long run. And I think it's one of the best decisions to make straight out of high school because it gives you the most amount of time to build a credit. Now you're going to want to pick a credit card that you're going to want to keep for a while. So personally, the one that I got was with my local credit union. However, the one that I got shortly after that was a Capital One card. I really do recommend the Capital One cards because they're secured credit cards. Once you've had them for an X amount of months, I believe I had mine for about a year. before I was able to call them, and they returned my $300 original credit line. And they upgraded me to a Capital One Quicksilver card. Now, this video is not sponsored by Capital One. I'm just a big believer of their products personally. I've had their credit cards pretty much since I have had credit. Um, but some other good ones that a lot of good entry level cards that I've either used before or heard of is Discover. Discover has some great ones. Capital One has some great ones. I would check your local credit unions if you have a bank account with them. I would definitely try with them. If you bank with either Bank of America or Chase, they might have like an entry level secured credit card that you could then eventually scale up into one of the bigger credit cards that pay rewards or stuff like that. And that really is the end goal here, is to eventually get one of those cards that will mature, so that you can start earning either cash back or travel points or rewards points of some kind. And you could do all of this without paying any interest. So personally, in 2018, I believe it was, I managed to take a trip out to Las Vegas, and it was almost completely paid for with my points for my Sapphire Ultimate Rewards points. But I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Um, I don't have the monthly spend to get a Reserved. I have the Preferred. So that's kind of why I'm there. But either way, one of the things that you're definitely going to want to avoid, though, are those like really scammy, super full of like behind the scenes fees credit cards. And I'm mostly talking about Credit One is a credit card company that they try to make themselves look like Capital One, but they are not at all affiliated, and they charge ridiculous amounts of fees. In fact, if you read your credit card statement, they'll start charging you interest from the day of purchase and not from the beginning of your new pay cycle. So that's a pretty scammy thing to do. I would stay away from Indigo. I would stay away from those Destiny cards. But either way, there's just a bunch of different credit card companies that you're definitely going to want to stay away from. So I would do a ton of research before you apply for one. Like I said, I would really recommend either going with the bank that you already trust, a credit union that you already trust, or some of the big beginner cards are Capital One, they are Discover. They have great incentives for students or for new credit users. So I would probably start there. But either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like in the comments. Please do drop a like down below. Leave a comment down below. I hope I can get back to my regular filming studio soon so that we don't have to come out here. By the way, yes, this is a public area. However, I came here this late at night because there is nobody around. So keeping safe. And then for when I'm not filming, I do have my mask from Adams. So there's that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.